We are revisiting theme at the end of the year. This is something you will see every single year in literacy, and we did a lot of work with it at the beginning of the year. You are going to be asked at the end of this task for the next 2 weeks in learning strategies to develop the theme of your 8th grade year. But before I ask you to do that, we need to just recap what theme is. So theme is the life lesson, meaning, or moral of or message about life or nature that is communicated by literary work. Sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth. In other words, theme is what the story teaches readers. You need to remember that theme is not just one word like love or trust. It is a sentence. And also it's important to remember you don't have to agree with it in order to find the theme statement of a story. So some examples: money can't buy happiness. That's pretty cliche, but it is a theme statement. Don't judge people based on the surface. Or it's better to die free than live under tyranny or torture. Again, those are not just one-word topics like happiness or judgment or freedom. That is a complete sentences. So here's an example. I know you'll remember this. It's about Starburst. Jenny was so excited. She had a pack of Starburst in her lunch, and she had been looking forward to eating them all morning. Lunch finally came and Jenny sat down to eat her Starburst when her friend, Judy, sat next to her. "Let me get the pink ones," asked Judy. Jenny liked the pink ones best, but she thought Judy was funny and Jenny wanted Judy to like her, so Jenny gave Judy all her pink Starbursts. Before Jenny was done giving Judy the pink ones, Carrie sat on the other side of Jenny. "Hey, let me get the red and orange ones, Jenny. Remember that when I gave you that Snickers?" Jenny didn't remember that, though she did remember when Carrie ate a whole Snickers in front of her, but Jenny thought Carrie was cool, so she gave her the red and orange Starburst. Now that she had only the yellow ones, Jenny wasn't so excited about eating Starburst anymore. So some example theme statements are, for this story, one can't buy friends. And if I were to support why that's a theme statement, it's because Jenny tried to buy her friendship with Judy and Carrie by giving them what they wanted. So the message to me was that you can't buy your friends. Another possible example is take care of oneself before taking care of others. If I were to write out an explanation why this is a theme statement, it's because Jenny chose to take care of 2 other people before herself, and we shouldn't do that. She should have given herself all the Starburst she wanted before considering giving it to the 2 others. And lastly, another theme statement example, if I were to choose the topic of friendship, would be not everybody is meant to be friends. And I could support that by saying Jenny doesn't need to be friends with Judy and Carrie. She doesn't have to give them the Starburst. And they aren't acting very much like friends because they're demanding things, which is why the theme statement is not everybody is meant to be friends. Keep in mind that themes are not going to jump out of the screen and tickle you in the face. They're not clearly stated. You need to read between the lines to figure out what the theme statement is. So nowhere in there did it say things like, yellow Starburst tastes bad. No, that is too text specific. Nowhere in there did it say Judy and Carrie are bad friends. You need to think bigger. And also that has a character name in it, so you can't use it. So you want to be sure that your small world theme statement that you took from the story, that would be small, can apply to a big world issue. So my example of one can't buy friends, that can totally apply to so many situations in life. Take care of oneself before taking care of others, that's absolutely big world and can apply to other situations in life. So your theme statements cannot have text specific, they need to apply to other things in life, and you need to read in between the lines. What is this story trying to tell us? So you need to review. You're going to, I'm reviewing with you. Theme is what we learned from the story. You have to infer them, which means read between the lines, and think big world. Think, does this apply to other situations in life? Now you are going to practice. If you keep scrolling, there are going to be 3 stories. You're going to write what you think the theme is on a note card. And then you have to write another sentence explaining what happens in the story that led you to believe that was the theme statement, which is also known as evidence. This is story 1. I give you some example options that you can't use, but you will have something to look off of. Example sentence or story 2, with examples, example story 3. So that would mean I would need 6 sentences on a note card. Theme statement and explanation for 2. Theme statement and explanation for 4. Theme statement and explanation for 6. That gets turned into the pink basket. Please pause, open up the next attachment which has this PowerPoint so you can use the purple puzzle piece of Google Read and Write to read this short story, that short story, and that short story if you need to. If this format works for you, just pause so that you can read these. Okay, now once that's turned into the bin, you now have to create the theme statement for your 8th grade year. This is also attached. Here you'll brainstorm different things that happen throughout the year. If you get stuck, you do not just stare at your screen. Here are some things you can think about. What did you do? Anywhere that you went this year? Did you hang out with certain people? Any specific topics you learned a lot about? Any new things that took place in your life? Or do you now think about things a little bit differently? You then pick a topic, which you can use some of these, and there's also one on the front wall in all blue, a poster that says possible topics for developing theme statements. You can pick one from there as well. And then here's your format. The theme statement you developed about something that happened in your 8th grade year, the theme of your 8th grade year, a piece of evidence to support it in yellow, and explaining why that supports your theme statement in red. Give me one more piece of evidence, something that happened this year that supports your theme statement for your 8th grade year, and then in red. I have an example here. My theme statement, which is green, is one can accomplish difficult tasks even when they do not believe they can. My example in yellow is that something that happened this school year that was difficult was a family member of mine was diagnosed with cancer and the outcome was not very good. I then explain in red. This supports my theme statement because it is a very difficult thing to go through and watch someone go through. Yet we are getting through it even though it is not easy. Ooh, look at this. I have a transition word. Then I give another reason why this is the theme statement to my 8th grade year is I managed to take classes, coach, teach, and care for an ill family member, which is difficult. That's my next yellow, another reason that supports my theme statement. And I explain it in red that this supports my theme statement because it proves I had a lot on my plate and I did difficult things even when I thought I couldn't. Green, yellow, red, yellow, red. And guess what? A transition word or two is a really great idea. This is a task that I know will take a while. That's why it's over the next 2 weeks, the 28th through June 7th. And I know you can accomplish this, and I'm so excited to read what your theme statement was for your 8th grade year.